What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, today we're going to be talking about our first crypto mining winter. This is my first time experiencing and going through mining throughout the winter. As I've talked about with you guys, I am fairly new to mining. I started back in February, but never really got to get into it when I have a number of GPUs. When I started February 5th, my first video, I literally had this frame, this old Veta frame here, with a B250 mining motherboard and some cables and a riser and not even a GPU. My first GPU that I purchased for mining was like a 970. So I think my first 3 GPUs were 970s or something like that. And so I never really dealt with like the cold or the heat issues in the summer and stuff like that. So fast forward now ahead, we're probably about 9 months in right now, and we are right around 50 GPUs right now. So we are getting the opportunity to really appreciate winter, and it has started. I mean, in Pennsylvania right now, outside of the current moment, it's about 39 degrees, and it's about 10 o'clock at night right now. So if you guys aren't familiar, I'm renovating my basement. Lots of insulation, as you guys will see. I haven't yet done the ceiling. I haven't spackled the walls, anything like that. But this room here is my mining room. It's actually right off of this room. I'll show you real quick. So, renovating my basement here. This is my office, not done yet. My studio that I work out of. In here is my mining room. This will have a sealed door over the next few weeks here, actually. And in this room is our mining room. So this room here, just a quick update, then we'll talk about airflow and kind of getting into the winter. This room here has 3 30 amp 240 volts in it, one on each wall, wiring up to a Space Ghost power meter with an AC meter on it as well. And then we have an L630R coming off of it, everyone does, into a PDU down below. And then we have C13 to C14 cables that run up to our rigs. Right now on this wall, it's just this rig that we see here. So that being said, let's take a look and see what we have for airflow, and we'll talk a little bit about kind of how we're really enjoying these temperatures. So right now, one of our intakes, I'm going to try to talk as loud as I can, guys. One of our intakes here, you guys can see this one right here. It's a 6-inch AC Infinity inline fan. Is pulling in 54.5 degrees Fahrenheit from outside, which it's actually interesting that it says that here, but outside is 39, as it makes its way through and hits the ambient air in here. We have another intake up top here. Same thing, 6-inch AC Infinity. Another one up here, and another one down here. So we have 2 at waist height and 2 at the ceiling height. Now, these are interchangeable. So inside these walls here, I have 2 AC Infinity 6-inch. Those are the Cloudline S6s. During the winter, during the summer, I can open this up and swap them. So an intake becomes an exhaust and vice versa. Same thing on this wall here. Now talking about exhaust, up top here, we have 2 more 6-inch exhausts. Now these are the only exhausts in the room right now in the current state, because I swapped my intakes to my exhaust to intakes. So that one right here and this one right here. And they come down and they are on 50% right now, going ahead and exhausting the air. So something I'm finding with my first crypto winter, as I talked about, is this room has like really changed and morphed over the last few months as the temperatures have gotten better. So side note, 2 little rigs I've been working on here. You guys have seen these in previous videos. It's pretty much a mining rig on a board with an old like HP motherboard and splitters. These things are rigs of nightmares. Constant issues. I've actually bought all new hardware to get rid of these. I don't recommend them. I've had so many issues with them. Oh my gosh. I mean, I literally have spent hours and hours and hours and hours trying to get these to work. I don't know if it's the R9 380s that I have. There's a few R9 380s, 570s. This is a new 6600. I'll have that in a video next week. And some more R9s in there. Maybe it's the R9s, but thing of nightmares right there. But anyways, our airflow, guys, has really changed over the last few months, and this is the way it'll sit. So a lot of these intakes that I showed you were exhaust, and you know, our temperatures were in the 90s. Now our temperature at the top of our mining room is 78. This room's not done. It'll eventually get drop ceiling, as well as additional insulation above it. So that being said, it's been really cool to be able to flip this room. I did not really think about that originally when I built it, but as time has gone on, it's been nice to flip the room based off the season outside, which has been very, very helpful. So right now I have my intakes at full blast, pulling in that cold air. And then what I'm doing is to keep this at a reasonable temperature. Like, I don't want this room to be an entire ice box, only because it's opened up to the rest of my basement here. So I'm kind of keeping it between 75 and 80. So I'm adjusting my exhaust to kind of keep that. So right now it's a manual process. I want to look at some automation to this in the future as we advance. Taking a look at this side of the room here, you can see right up around here it's 79, some of the heat coming off of there. Down here we have another intake, same thing. Heat's coming off of this rig, 79 over there. But yeah, so that's pretty much this room. We still have a lot of work to do. So this power meter back here actually runs, I have a giant long cable that runs it out to our grow tent, and we'll go take a look at that and talk about that. But yeah, I'll give you guys a quick little look up top here. GPU Risers, thank you for the sponsorship and support. Appreciate it, guys. This guy is actually a passive intake, so I don't do anything with it. It's always an intake. It's just passive. There's another one over here just to help out with some of the pressure in the room. Those are just always set to intake, so because I don't mess with them, I do have a filter box up there. A future plan I want to do over the winter time is I need to get filters that I can put over top of these. I'm thinking about the square filters about this big, and building a sleeve that I can slide in, and then I can just pull them out, wash them out, clean them out, and reuse them, or replace them. It all depends. But yeah, so that's this room. Sorry, I kind of rambled on, just kind of all over the place. Oh yeah, the rest of the intake. So that's the passive intake there. There's another passive, that's the other passive intake ductwork there. We saw the exhaust here, exhaust there. And then you don't see all, that's one of the intakes, but the rest of the intakes are entirely in the wall. And there is insulation behind these against the exterior wall, and I've doubled up. So I've doubled up all the insulation in this room. Every room in this basement actually has full insulation. I kind of went ham on it, but just to give you guys an idea. And then even in the walls here, you can see I have 1/2-inch foam board insulation for this room and for this room once this is completely sealed off. My plan up top here, guys, is a drop ceiling. On top of the drop ceiling, I'm going to put green foam board on top of each square, and then I'm going to go ahead and cap it with contractor plastic, just so in the summertime when this room's 90 to 95, it's stopping right here and I'm not getting heat soak between there and to my first floor, which is my living room up there. So let's go ahead and scoot out here. Let's take a look real quick. Okay, so our grow tent, give you guys an idea, the air that it's sucking in right now, it's 68, and that is not even on. That is off. We use that throughout the summer and the spring. Before that, this AC unit, that's going to be coming out next week, I think. So that's going to come completely out for good. We won't need that moving into next spring and summer. Now this basement does have ducts that I put in. I put one here and one in my office. There'll be a drop ceiling out here, guys. These are closed off entirely, and that will go away. The grow tent is going to be getting packed up, and that will be getting put away. Let me open this up real quick. Give you guys a view. So that R9s were on the bottom of this tent. I moved them into our mining room because I've been messing around with them more. So this tent here has an 8-inch Vivo Sun exhaust as well as a 6-inch. We were having a lot more heat in here than what we do now. I mean, look at this, 74, and up top here is 90. That used to say like 114. when it was the warmest here at the height of summer and such. But this tent has been phenomenal. This design has been phenomenal. We've learned a lot about airflow with just this tent. A lot of this has helped me make corrections in my mining room, which has been great. We're utilizing both open vents there and both over here. By the way, I just cleaned these off for the first time the other day. Make sure you guys vacuum those screens off. But these are 12 RX 470s. There's a 1 570 in there out of that entire 12 group. And that's just running the B110 Pro BTC motherboard on there. And these are all mining Raven coins. So this is my hottest rig right here that's been in this tent, and it's worked phenomenally. So this is gonna get packed up. I'm gonna break down the tent, pack it up. I'm gonna break down all of the ductwork, pack it up. The outside ductwork has worked really well. I'll put a picture up on the screen if you guys have not seen it before, but it is a piece of plywood that I wrapped in contractor plastic a few times, and then I cut my vents in it and attached everything and sealed it. It has worked phenomenally. I recommend it to you guys. I pat myself on the back. That design has been perfect. It sits inside the windowsill where the glass sits. So I'm gonna pack that all up. My plan is to reuse it in the future. I don't know where. It may be in a future shed that I'm looking at getting some quotes on over the next few months out back of my house, as I am going to expand even more than my mining room can take, and I know that. We're about a year into our mining journey, and we're at 50 GPUs, and I have no plans of stopping right now, so I will have to adjust that. So with winter coming, this is all getting packed up. Plus I need to refurbish this basement. It's not done yet. We're almost there. Some doors starting to come in. Spackle and sanding is happening in 1 month. So if I haven't mentioned it yet, I'll mention it now, and I'll remind you guys. The end of November, I'm going to be taking an entire week off of content. It'll be the first time I've taken off since February 5th. Since February 5th, I have put out 5 videos a week, Monday through Friday. There'll be a week in November, and I'm hoping YouTube's algorithm does not punish me for this, because the growth has been insane. You guys have been insane. But I'm going to be taking a week off, and I need to pack up this entire basement and move it to my garage because of someone coming in to spackle and sand. So anyways, this is going away in the next week or two, and I'm going to be taking these and building these in. I do have a server case coming, and I do have a 10 GPU rig build that I'm doing. So in the next week or two, I'm going to be taking 10 of these and building them into a 10 GPU frame from AAAWave. So 10 of these are going to come away, go into the frame. 2 of these are going to go into a different rig. So that's going to make this obsolete. If you guys were curious, if you guys remember see that long cable, the other side of this room is the mining room. It pops over here, comes over and goes all the way over, goes inside the tent and goes to this PDU right down here. So that's how that is set up there. So this will all get packed up. I'm keeping this. I'm not getting rid of this. Please don't hit me up if you want to buy it. I'm not selling it. I am going to be keeping it 100%. So the grow tent will get packed up. All of this will get packed up. One thing I regret that I didn't get a chance to do was the intake. I have it all right here. Look, I have everything for the intake for the grow tent. So I was going to add another piece of plywood for the intake, attach these to the outside. I have my ductwork. Look at these intake boxes, huge filters. If you guys haven't seen these, I'll open them up real quick. This is what was going to be the intake that I was going to suck all the air in passively. Look at those giant filters in there. So I did have plans for it. I still have plans for it for the future. Just won't be this season. So we'll save that for next year at this point in time. So cutting back in, this is a build, guys, as I was talking about earlier, that will be coming up on the channel in the next few days, actually. Could be tomorrow. You guys will have to see. But this is going to be a flux rig build. The entire thing. So these are some of the cards: 1070 Ti, 1070 Ti, and 1070 Ti. These are some of the GPUs we picked up for Red Fox Crypto the other day, as well as we also picked up from him that lovely blue colored 6600. That is that we picked up from him. That's the Hellhound. Other than that, guys, that's it for today. I rambled on a ton. I do apologize. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of a little tour of the basement, I guess, but also talking about how we've changed things for winter. Other than that, I will be spending a lot of time just kind of playing with my temperatures here. We're at 77 right now at the top. I'm basing all my numbers off of that right there. And then if I come over here to my PC, oh, look at that. Don't you love that when you get that for HIVEOS? Come on, let's see if it comes back up. Internal error. Okay, cool. So let's go in here. So within HIVEOS, you guys can see, I mean, we're running all of our rigs on 65% for our fans, and man, everything is running great. I mean, this is what you want to see, right? Your fans running nice and slow, your ambient temperatures looking good. Right now we have mining 43, and I have one rig down that I have to mess with on my test bench, which has 5 cards on it. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me for today. Leave a comment down below if you stayed this long in the video. I'd love to know, how is your crypto mining experience changing as winter approaches where you live? What's the current temperature outside at night for you guys? What is it during the day? I mean, for me, during the day today, I think we're mid 50s, and then right now we are probably teeter-tottering right around 40 to 39, which is making a huge difference. So leave a comment down below. I love to read your comments, guys. I try to comment and respond to as many as I can. Tell me about how you are prepping or how you have prepped for your crypto mining winter. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Take care.